Hello, my name is Amber, and for our construction management class, I'm presenting the Zachry Group. Zachry Group is an industrial engineering company. Um, they they're also a medium-sized company with over 10,000 employees. They're a private firm. They're based in San Antonio, Texas. Um, on the left is a picture of job openings. There's many in Texas and Louisiana right now for management positions. These are. Now here's an outline of what I'm going to talk about. First, I'm going to talk about history of the Zachry Group. Then I'm going to talk about Zachry today and really focus on their values and their mission. Finally, I will look at two large and recent construction projects. They're both power plants. Starting with the history of Zachry Group, it all started with H.B.Zachry on the left. And here are just pictures of him and Bartle and John. All these people have served as CEOs at different times, so this is very much a private family company. Let's go a little bit deeper into the history. So Pat Zachry was the founder. He founded the company in 1924, 99 years ago. The first project was simple, 4 concrete reinforced bridges in Laredo, Texas. Not long after that, he incorporated and got his first federal contract, which would foreshadow many, many more federal contracts. It was paving an airfield. That was the very first one for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and to this day, there's still an airfield there. Zachry Company, or rather, Pat Zachry incorporated Capital Aggregates as a company to supply concrete to his engineering company. So he very much likes to expand into other verticals. According to Texas Public Radio, Bartle took over in 1965. According to Benjamin Olivo of ExpressNews.com, the Jose Cabrera plant construction began in 1965, and Zachry had a hand in building that. This was Spain's very first nuclear power plant. Another really cool project is the Hilton Palacio del Rio, which I will get into more on the next slide. H.B.Zachry Company split into 2 distinct entities in 2008. So this presentation is going to focus on Zachry Group. This is their logo. Zachry Corp also exists, but they do commercial rather than industrial construction. This is their logo. Here are 2 pictures of the Palacio del Rio Hotel. If you don't know, the Palacio del Rio, it's a hotel in San Antonio, right on the river, right on the Rio Grande River. This is a picture of it when it was still under construction. This being lifted is a hotel room. It had a very, very unique construction method because they wanted to get this up as fast as possible for the World's Fair that was happening in San Antonio. So they made the rooms and they stacked them up. These rooms are prefabricated and pre-furnished. Here you can see 2 people riding it. Pat himself and his wife rode one of the rooms, and it was televised. This is what it looks like today. Zachry today has 29 office locations around the world. They have 9 main divisions, and they have 7 values and 5 principles that they follow as a company. Here's a screenshot from their website, though it's hardly legible. Here is a table. Their home office, as I said, is in San Antonio. Their digital project delivery specialty office is in British Columbia, which is kind of cool. Zachry Engineering Corp has offices all over our country and an office in the Philippines. Their fabrication arm is based in Pasadena. Numerical, which is the name of their software branch, has offices in the Pacific Northwest, in Idaho, and Washington, an office in Connecticut, and an office in North Carolina. Their nuclear arm has branches in North Carolina and Connecticut as well. Finally, JVIC, not quite finally, JVIC is their turnaround and specialty services arm, and they have offices in Texas, Louisiana, Utah, and Washington. Now, finally, their exploration arm has their office in Texas as well. Zachry Group has 7 values that they follow. First, they like to think long-term. So short-term thinking does not really lead to successful construction projects. Zachry is not just interested in building something and leaving it. They can engineer, they can construct, and they can provide services to run the to run the projects too once they're built. They care about people. I think this ties into safety. It also ties into the human aspect of the construction industry. If you don't care about people, who are you building things for? Third, do the right thing. I think this is very important. I would absolutely expect someone who I was hiring to do engineering or construction to always be honest and candid with me. And if they say something, they should, or rather, if they see something, they should say something, like a safety issue. Fourth, they honor commitments. So if they sign a contract, they will follow through, rain or snow. Fifth, the power of we. Zachry Corp really believes in leveraging their own company and bring in people from other parts of their company to help them. Next, openness and transparency. Zachry Corp publishes a newsletter for their employees. They have the news press on their website with announcements. They are a private company, so this kind of comes at odds with that, I will admit. Finally, and most importantly, make a positive impact. Because if you're not making a positive impact with your projects, then everything else is for nothing. So we talked about all the values. Next, let's look at their mission. This was actually on one of the very first slides, but I'll just read it verbatim. Zachry Group is North America's pacesetter in turnkey engineering, construction, maintenance, turnaround and fabrication services to the energy, chemicals, power, manufacturing, and industrial sectors. To achieve this, they have 5 principles. First, they focus on distinctive value. That means not just focusing on the bottom line. They want to create value that is more than just money. Second, they prioritize customer success. If their customers are successful, then Zachry Group can be successful. Third, they have the principle of having the right team in the right place. This means training everyone who works for them. Fourth, adaptive excellence in execution. This principle basically is saying that every construction project is unique, and Zachry is going to use new technology to execute on their projects. Now that we've kind of established the history of Zachry and what guides them today as a company, let's look at a couple of really cool projects that they've had. These are both power plants. One in Virginia, and one's gonna be on a university in Texas. First, let's look at the Virginia plant. This is the Warren County Energy Project. So the owner is Dominion Energy, a Virginia energy utility company. This plant is a liquid natural gas power plant. It was designed and built by Zachry Group and Burns & McDonnell. So they partnered to create the Warren County Energy Partners. It started operating in 2014, and just a year after, due to its sustainability and efficiency, the power plant ended up earning the PowerGen International's top project overall for 2015. So top energy project in the world, according to PowerGen. It can power up to 325,000 homes. Next, we're going to look at a power plant that is not going to power any home. This is the more recent project, the Molten Salt Reactor Project, or MSR. The owner is Natural Resources Research Alliance. That's an alliance between natural resources and some universities, including Abilene Christian University. This is going to be built on the Abilene Christian University, or ACU, campus at their Science and Engineering Research Center. The design has so far been done by the Natural Resources Research Alliance. So that's the alliance of the universities and Natura. Zachry's been selected to complete the detailed design engineering of this molten salt reactor. This is the very first molten salt reactor, and this is all according to PR Newswire. They project a 2026 completion, so that's in only 3 years. This is on a university campus, so this is like a test reactor. They're hoping that they can use this design across the country, depending on how successful this ends up being. On this picture, you can see right here is John Zachry himself. So yeah, first MSR reactor ever, and it's pretty exciting. So now you know all about Zachry. Founded by Pat Zachry. Today it's one of the leaders in engineering in the world. It may not be the biggest company in the world, but they're doing some really cool stuff, and if you're looking for a job in Texas, they might have your back. Let me know if you have any questions, especially about that Palacio del Rio Hotel, because I know a lot about that, or about the reactor projects. Once again, thanks.